recently there was a funeral for the two, the second cop who got killed.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, the NYPD turned their back while the mayor was speaking, even after the commissioner told them not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that are, it's not the mayor's fault that, those two cops got shot. Just like
Completely agree.
Just like when young black males get shot by police officers, it's not all police officers' fault. Mm-hmm. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, that's on Darren Wilson. Now if the Ferguson police try to cover it up and then the judicial system doesn't indict him, then it's a deeper issue amongst that system. Mm-hmm. But why turn your back on the mayor? The mayor.
He had made those comments about how he was worried that his son might be a victim of the police. His
son's a black male. That's a legitimate concern. Listen, right. When I did the MTV Times Square New Year's Eve thing, great NYPD officers were out there making sure everything was secure. I appreciate them. But when Victoria Justice asked me what's my New Year's resolution, I said I don't want to get shot by the police. And they put up this whole post on Facebook. Oh, Charlamagne needs to be fired. I can't believe he would make that comment. NYPD was protecting his punk ass, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like...
Wait, who put up... There's a poster?
It's like, I think it's like Thank You NYPD. It's like some Facebook page called Thank You NYPD.
Okay.
And somebody posted that video and it's just like mad comments, people going in. But it's like, yo, that is a legitimate concern for African American males. Because when I look at a lot of these videos, Vlad, I often walk away thinking, well, what did the person do? Like, there's this one video, this guy's online, he's sitting in the passenger seat, his woman's in the driver's seat, his two kids in the back, he presents his identification and everything, a bunch of cops come to the door, they're telling him get out the car, he tells the officers like, yo, I'm not getting out that car with all you cops, yo, I'm scared. So the woman gets on the phone and calls somebody, she calls other police, she calls 911 and says, yo, I know these guys work for y'all, but we're scared. It's an emergency. I don't know. We need somebody to come observe this situation.
Yeah.
The cops bust the window and tased the dude in front of his kids.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, well, what did he do? My homeboy, I got a homeboy named Vaughn in Columbia, South Carolina. You probably seen the video. He pulls into the gas station. He jumps out of the car. State troopers like, let me get your license.
Yeah,
it's broad daylight.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, I know him. Vaughn turns to go get his license. Pop, 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 pop. Like, God damn.
Can I see your license, please? Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
I just got my license. You can't get my license. I grabbed my license right there. That's my license.
And then the statement, which we also put up from the officer, had nothing to do with the video. Said that the guy was charging at him and all this other type of stuff.
Yeah, right. We saw the video. Listen, if you know Vaughn, he's not even that kind of guy.
He was actually being polite after he got shot.
After he got shot, he
said, why did you shoot me?
Officer, he's like, I'm sorry for reaching for my license. You told me to. Yo, how can you not be afraid when you see that? How can you not act like we have a legitimate concern that I'm going to get shot as an African American male? How can you get mad at the mayor for not having a legitimate concern? His son may get shot for what seems to be like a petty crime. Eric Garner got choked out for a petty crime.
Yeah.
It was a petty crime. People are like, oh, he should have been resisting arrest. All right, you may be right, but it was still a petty crime that he should not be dead over selling no goddamn cigarettes.
Right.
So don't act like we don't have a legitimate concern. And that's not even like, I'm not one of those people that believe all police officers are bad. I said it numerous times.
I don't believe that either, but I could tell you that I lived in New York for 12 years and my interaction with NYPD has always been a lot more negative than my interaction with police in other areas. Very simple things of, walking into a police station and saying that, when I donated my car to charity, the guys forgot to turn in my license plate. And the guy's like, what are you, an idiot or something? And it's like, whoa. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like this, And I remember saying, I said, if you didn't have that badge, you wouldn't be talking to me like that as a man. And then he just sort of just blew it off. You know what I mean? Or getting arrested for, I got arrested once for driving with a suspended license. you know, they asked me to step out of the car. I said, no problem. I didn't know what it was for. And suddenly both of them grabbed me and slammed me against the police car and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, like the overall attitude of NYPD, and I think that it's personified by what just happened at this funeral, where their commissioner said, do not turn your backs to the mayor the second time, and they go and do that anyways. It makes me feel that NYPD feels like they are above the law.
I think police officers in general, I'm not even gonna say, I still can't, I don't know. I can't even say NYPD, man, because that's just a couple of bad experiences that you had with cops. Because I've gotten pulled over driving on a suspended license in New York and got put in handcuffs, taken to jail, and kept it cool with the cops, and they let me go home that night, you know, a couple hours later. You know, I haven't had those experiences. I've had experiences where I've gotten pulled over and they're like, yo, we need to search the car. Hey, man, do your thing, officer. They search the car. They may find a knife. They might find some brass knuckles. Brass knuckles ain't legal.
Right.
Cop told me, oh, I'm keeping these. These nice. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you want to go to jail.
Yeah, cop goes, I'm keeping these nice. But my dude had a knife, right?
Yeah.
The cop goes,
I was locked up with someone who got caught with a knife.
the cop goes, whose knife is this? And he goes, it's mine. And he goes, can I have it back? This is my guy goes. He goes, can I have it back? The cop goes, what you need a knife for? My guy says verbatim, look how big I am, man. I can't carry a gun in New York. Somebody try me, they ain't gonna try to fight me. They gonna come with something. They gonna maybe shoot me, something. I gotta have something on me. The cop goes, you're right. And gave him the knife back.
Okay.
And let us go about our business. So it's all about, everybody has had different experiences with police officers. And I can't, I can't point at all police officers and say they're all bad. Because I don't want to profile them the way I don't want them to profile us.
Yeah. I just feel that the NYPD, and I'm almost, the way I feel was that it kind of started during the Giuliani era. You know, this was before our time.
Yeah,
when New York was fucked up.
New York was fucked up.
And the police had to be given a certain amount of leeway, and you know they had to look the other way to a certain degree to clean up New York. Times Square, I heard, was a terror zone.
My dude told me this morning. He said his parents wouldn't even go down 42nd Street.
Exactly. Now Times Square is like fucking Disneyland.
It's safe.
Yeah,
Tourist area.
Super safe.
Listen, say what y'all want about Rudy Giuliani. They need to send Rudy Giuliani as RoboCop. Right. They need to send him in every major city that's fucked up and let him clean shit the fuck up.
Right. And you know, I mean, I think the problem is that some of the leniences that happened during that era, they've never let that go after the city's gotten cleaned up.
I mean, once you implement a system, plant seeds in people's heads, they carry on tradition.
Exactly.
So I just think that's what the NYPD does. They carry on tradition. Yeah. They clean the city up, and they're not going to let the city get fucked up ever again. That's what I think.